Hi guys, in today's video I talk about reasons why you should consider quitting Instagram and why I seriously considered fully quitting Instagram. Hi guys, in today's video, as I have just mentioned, I'm talking about Instagram and the reasons why you should be very careful of how you're using it and maybe even consider quitting it. So a few weeks ago, probably, I saw a video of one of the other YouTubers. I do not remember who she was. If I find her channel in my history, I probably would be able to do this. I'm going to link her video in the description of this video so you can check out whatever she said. But she fully quit Instagram for my personal reasons. I cannot do that for work reasons and for a few other reasons, which I will be talking about in the next video. However, today I wanted to tell you that what is it, like Instagrammers Anonymous. I'm Yana and I do not scroll anymore. I do not watch stories and I do not, sorry if you hear noises, that's my little guy playing. So I do not scroll, watch Instagram stories, and I do not interact with accounts that are either my peers or people who are, well, I would call them just regular people in my life. So the reason for this decision in my life was triggered first by the dissatisfaction in my life and a pretty dramatic story with me going to dropping off Will at school and forgetting multiple things and being late regularly. And it was just such a shocking moment for me that I was just like, I am a failure of a mother and I cannot do this thing because of how distracted I am and how busy my brain is with everyone else's lives but mine and my children's lives. And that exactly within a few days after I saw that video that woman quit Instagram, and I'm like, oh my goodness, and that was a few days that I was not interacting or scrolling on Instagram anymore, when I was like, okay, this is probably what I need to do. One reason that she mentioned is that Instagram is not the way our brains are wired to connect with people. We are not able to connect to hundreds of people at the same time in one day and carry emotional burden of their lives, be it joyful moments or sorrowful moments. We cannot carry that burden in our lives in a day. How many people do you talk to in a day? I actually don't talk to many people at all. I'm a work-at-home mom, so I'm interacting with my children, with my husband. Once in a while I have a phone call with my parents or my grandparents or like extended family, and that is all. If I'm going out, then obviously I'm interacting with way more people. If I'm working, I'm a wedding photographer, then in a day I will interact with a lot of people, but those interactions are not that emotional. It's very social and very different than when I'm looking at the lives of my peers, of my girlfriends, of my friends from college. Those are very different interactions. And my brain, your brain, processes 200, 300, whatever photos, stories, captions from someone else's lives when you don't have any feedback back from them. So first of all, that's not the way our brains are wired, and they're not created to do that. The second reason was for me to realize for myself is that what is going to happen if I don't see that picture? What if it's even the most important life update? What if it's someone getting pregnant, someone dying, someone having a baby? What is the difference if I do not get to know this right then and there, like a week after that happened, a month? If it's not a person in your immediate life, it does not affect your life or my life right now. If this is a close person, you will find that out. If it's a person in your community, in your church, in your family, you will find out. You will be invited to the celebration party or to the funeral party, whatever will be going on. You will know that that has happened. But what is a difference it is for you to know that that has happened? It's like that desire of people to know the gossip or extra information or juicy details of someone else's lives, which actually don't bring any value to your life and to the way you live and to the way you serve, to you, your family, and your community. So it's basically just the noise that clutters up your mind and does not allow you to concentrate on your everyday life and the needs that is right in front of you. So even though it seems so exciting to find out if someone is getting pregnant, if someone is having a baby, or if someone is truly going through a moment of struggle, if that person is not in your immediate life, it will not affect your life and how you are living and serving in your life and how you are affecting people. If you think that online interactions are a very efficient and a good replacement for in-person interactions, because going out for lunch takes a few hours, an hour minimum if you're just going out for lunch with a colleague or with a friend, if you're meeting up for a coffee date or something, it is way more efficient to scroll on Instagram for an hour and see so many more updates from your friends, and possibly, hopefully you're leaving comments, because that at least gives you some kind of interaction. But in real life, the comments, the likes probably are not even noticed. People are not even, who is scrolling through their likes on every picture or update or whatever? Probably no one. Maybe some people do, but because our brains are so cluttered up, that does not register. That does not affect how people will be treating you and how you are affecting their lives, or they are affecting your lives. So it is way more efficient to meet up with someone in person for a lunch break, for a coffee date, for a play date, for whatever kind of date. Spend an hour, a few hours on a real personal conversation that you can actually see person and give them a hug and actually talk to them and listen to what they're telling you, and have that way deeper connection than 200 images that you're going to see on Instagram. The next thing that comes to mind is Instagram, just like any other social media, is just a distraction. It's just such an easy way of us, whenever we need a distraction, whenever your brain is tired, whenever you feel like, oh, maybe I should take a break or something, instead of actually taking an efficient kind of break, going for a walk, making a few squats or something, going to a water cooler, getting some water, or actually going to your coworker and maybe actually talking to your coworker and potentially connecting to them, you are getting this Instagram fix that, again, is probably not beneficial at all, because things that you're going to see there are going to make you discontented with your life and whatever your situation currently is. And now that brings me to the next one. Instagram makes you discontented with your life, dissatisfied, bitter, unhappy, and you just compare your life to everyone else's lives. And it does not, even though if you realize it, that obviously most people will be posting most of their happy moments, like the vacations, the parties, all of the wonderful things, and most people are not posting their everyday lives. Sometimes people post about struggles, but then again, most people don't. And if they do, then obviously you're going to see that. But for the most part, you see all of the wonderful things, all of the beautiful things that at the moment you obviously do not have, because you have your phone in your hand. And I don't think that you would be watching Instagram if you are laying on the beach or if you're playing in the sandbox with your children. It's probably that you're bored at work, at whatever task you're doing that you're procrastinating on, and instead of getting your life done, you are watching someone else's happy moments and you are being discontented. I do not consider myself a jealous person. And anytime I see someone else's good, I'm like, oh, that's so exciting. That's wonderful. I can truly rejoice at someone else's good things that are happening to them. However, even in my situation, I kept looking, just like all of us are, probably will be, maybe, hopefully you don't, hopefully you won't be looking anymore, but you see everyone else's beautiful moments and you don't have it. You work so hard, you're tired, maybe you don't feel well, maybe something else is going on in your life, maybe you have a very difficult season of life and you're struggling, which happens, well, regularly, and then it just makes you dissatisfied with your life. And the most recent discovery for me was that Instagram was making me sad, because I would see all of the parties that I was not invited to, all of the celebrations that I was not a part of, all of the vacations that I could not afford, all of the weddings that I did not book. I'm a wedding photographer, so even like I follow some of my past brides, so I do recognize bridesmaids' faces, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that bridesmaid got married and she did not even consider me, because I know that she didn't contact me about the pricing or anything like this. So I see things that are happening, I'm like, was I not good enough? Did they not like me? And then another thing that is pretty valuable or not valuable to me is that the pictures of the food are very underrated, overrated, whatever the word is, but people still post pictures of the food that looks delicious, but I don't even know what it's called. I'm like, I can't even look up the recipe, I cannot even buy it anywhere. But the point is that you see some of the things that you will rejoice for someone, and some of the things will make you sad and feel like you are rejected and as if people do not value you, and that is not very good. If I would not know it, I will never know. So that was one of the last drops that is like, okay, I should not be looking at any of this. So these are the reasons why I quit scrolling, watching Instagram stories, and interacting on Instagram with most of my accounts. I still do a lot of things with Instagram, and I'm going to share those with you in the next video, which is going to be called Productive Things to Do on Instagram, because Instagram is an amazing tool for certain things. However, if you're just watching other people's lives, it is not good. So strongly consider replacing your scrolling habit onto reading a book, going for a walk, scheduling a time to meet with your friend in real life. I hope this video was helpful to you. I do not know what kind of feelings you have. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Instagram, about social media in general. Do you have any comments? Do you have any opinions? What do you think about what I said? I would love to hear from you. If you have any other questions, please leave me a comment below or message me on social media, because I am still pretty active on social media. So yes, come and talk to me if you would like. That's one of the reasons why I'm keeping it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.